Hey, what is up everyone? My name is Angar, I'm from Kazakhstan and welcome to my channel. Today in this video, I'm gonna be talking about how to learn a language by yourself effectively, and also I'm going to give some learning tips and advice. I believe that learning a foreign language should be enjoyable and easy for you. You won't stick around if you see it as a serious problem that needs to be solved or as something you must accomplish. Therefore, it is very important to make your learning process more attractive, more exciting, and in addition to that, you have to have a strong motivation to do so. But wait, what is a motivation and where does it come from? So the word motivation comes from the Latin term, which means a moving cause. So evidently, having a clear concept of why do you want to learn that language or having a specific end goal is necessary. There can be hundreds of different reasons for learning a certain language, including things like career development, or getting a well-paid job, or even simply because you like learning foreign languages. But definitely you need to have one. So motivation comes from our desire and things that makes us happy. For instance, our goal is travel to the US. So let's say that our current level of English is not that good, and consequently if you travel to the US, we won't be so happy because we are not able to communicate with other people, right? Hence, in this case, our desire to communicate with others is what drives us. By the way guys, I'm not an expert, but so far I know 4 languages fluently, which are Kazakh, my mother tongue, Chinese, Russian, English, and also currently I'm learning Spanish and Korean. Speaking of what language you want to learn, comment down below which language are you learning right now and why did you choose it. Okay, so let's say you've already got the language that you want to learn and you've already answered to those questions like why am I learning it and what kind of benefits will it bring to me in the near future. Next step will be creating a system or habit to learn the language every day. Without a system, it's very difficult to learn something, especially in the long run. But before that, we need to understand that system for learning languages are a theme. It can be something like study it every day, study more, make it enjoyable and attractive, do it constantly, and repeat that cycle every day. But methods are not the same. It will depend on your level of the language. Let's say that my Korean level is very basic, but my Spanish level is pretty enough to handle the daily conversations. Obviously, I can't use the same method to learn these 2 languages. Alright, now let's have a look on some tips and advice that I can give you along your language learning journey. First, I make a plan. I write down on my notebook that I will study Chinese every day at least for 30 minutes. Also because we shouldn't forget that consistency is our best friend and we won't achieve any tangible results if we don't study it constantly every day. After that, I have a choice between learning something specific which I'm interested in or just randomly learn what I want to learn. Either way, it really doesn't matter because you're actually going to learn something and get some knowledge. That's why the key thing here is that you've already made the decision and you're actually learning something new which is related to that language, and in my opinion, that's the crucial element. The third thing is consuming a lot in that language, and my favorite tool for that is definitely YouTube. You can literally search for any kind of content, free of cost, anything you want, no matter it's at grammar, reading, listening, speaking, or writing. Basically, you can do all of that at the same time. For example, when I study Chinese, I watch a show called 世界青年说 on YouTube. It has subtitles, so by watching that, I can easily improve my pronunciation and listening skills. Apart from that, I also can learn a lot of new vocabulary. By the way, my very first video on YouTube is related to memorizing new vocabulary. And if you're interested in, you can check it out. I will leave the link somewhere here. Let me be honest with you guys, I really hate grammar and I'm rarely learning it a lot. I like to learn it more in a natural way, you know? Like during the conversation or by watching something on YouTube or Netflix. So at the beginning, if you're struggling with grammar, just leave it, okay? But at the same time, I'm not saying completely ignore the grammar. I'm just saying that no need to strive to memorize it in a robotic way. Because when I was in China, I had some university friends who did a great job on grammar, reading, and all that kind of stuff. But the problem was they weren't able to express their thoughts, their opinion, They literally couldn't talk to other people like we did. That's why here I'm talking about learning in a natural way. Even though I didn't learn grammar so desperately, I still could talk to people in Chinese almost on any topic. So according to my experience, grammar is essential, but it comes naturally once you reach a certain level on that language. And the final saying that I want to mention for today is more output rather than input. After some time of learning a language, you'll realize that output is much more important than input. But wait, first of all, what do output and input stand for? Okay, so input refers to reading and listening skills, while output refers to writing and speaking. Over the time, we need to speak and write more rather than simply consuming the information in that language. Because language itself, it's more about speaking, it's more about telling your stories, your thoughts, and finally interacting with social environment. So what I'm trying to say is we need to step out from being a consumer to being a creator. That's it for today. Thanks guys for watching. I hope it was a bit useful for you. And please, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. And I'll see you in the next video. See you.